Where? What direction? I can't make it out. Seems like it's all around us. Can't you hear it? That what you mean? Yeah, that's it. That's it.
How's it going? So today we're going to talk about the new airsoft pistol that I got. Hopefully I will get to use it here pretty soon at airsoft field here around where I live. So I got the CZP09, as you can see. It is a gas blowback because I wanted a gas blowback is really what it is. So I'm starting off with a secondary, not a primary, because I wanted to start playing airsoft again, but I wanted to start playing CQB games. Not really open field or anything too crazy right now. So that's why I want to start off with a pistol, and I want to start off with one that I like. I actually have a version of the CZ of around this version. It's kind of a hodgepodge of like 3 CZs put together. It's just a Springer, and I really like the way that it feels, and I like the way that I held it, that it feels in the hand. So that's why I decided to get this. And I went with, this is the KJ Works CO2. This is a fully licensed gun, so it has all of the correct markings and everything. Let's go ahead and pop it open. Comes in a nice case, nice little booklet of, all their stuff. You can see all the different stuff in this booklet. It's pretty much garbage to me. Okay, so this, I will say, is not how yours will come packaged or look, because I have 2 magazines. I ordered a second magazine because I figure I'm going to be playing, so I need it. So in the box that you will find, if you do purchase this, you will get the weapon itself, 1 magazine. Mine came preloaded, not in this slot. BBs, there's a spot for a unjamming rod here. Mine did not come with one, and I don't know if it got lost in packaging or mine got held by customs. So I don't know if customs opened it up, to look and make sure it's not a real firearm, and the rod fell out, or I don't know what happened, but there's no unjamming rod. Not too big of a deal. The barrel isn't too big, and it's quite an easy disassembly. You also get the Allen key for loading the CO2 into your magazines, because it is a CO2. So, pulling it out, feels nice in the hand. Is a nice weight with the magazine put in. Front heavy without the magazine in. Sounds nice. Locks back to the rear. Works how you would assume a firearm would work. I have a black barrel on this. This is not something that comes with the weapon itself. It will come with an orange barrel. I removed my barrel and painted it because I do not want to have the orange barrel sticking out while I'm playing in a close confined space. I am looking to replace the outer barrel of this with a threaded barrel so I can put either a tracer unit or a silencer on it if I do wish. So with the slide forward, safety is here, is ambidextrous safety. So whether you're carrying it right-handed or left-handed, you can put it on safe and take it off of safe. Slide release is right here. It's going to be kind of hard to see because of my lighting issues. I was going to film this outside, but weather conditions are stopping me from doing that. It's currently raining where I live, the joys of the monsoon months. Slide release is only on one side, but if you are carrying it in the left hand, it is quite easy to pull up here and to swipe it down with your trigger finger. So for example, lock it in and do that. Sometimes I can get it by swiping it, but for me at least, with my size hands and this weapon, it is easy to crick my finger and to just push it straight down. And then once again, ambidextrous safety. It is double action, so as you see, pulling it. I don't know what this hang-up is. It doesn't do that when there's CO2 in it, but dry firing, it will sometimes hang up. I don't know why it is. So, I'll show you the internals because that's where the hop-up is. So on the gun itself, it'll be very hard to see. There is 2 notches, one there and one there. You're going to line those notches up, and once those are aligned, flipping the gun over, you will push down on this button right here to release the pin. I find that moving it back a little bit further helps to get it out. Once the slide release is removed, when you release that, the entire barrel assembly will slide off. It's a bit sticky sometimes. That's what I found personally, that it sticks a little bit, and I believe that's because of the internal rail system. Hard to see again, the internal rail system, I think, sticks up sometimes. But once again, that's something that's not make or break, and it's not the end-all be-all. It's just something that means that, you know, throw a couple drops of your selected lubricant on the weapon itself, which you should be doing regardless. So, you know, guide spring and everything, barrel, everything. Your hop-up is located right here. It's this tiny little wheel right here. Once again, I'll apologize for the lack of lighting. Today I've been trying to get this thing filmed outside so I can do a true shooting test on everything. Now, when I am putting this back together, I have found this problem. Inside of here, there is a section that does not go down when you first put it back in. And I do not know if it is designed that way or what it is. It's extremely going to be hard to see for you guys. There's a tiny lever right here. You can hear it, like rebounding. Right there. That little tiny lever right there. Needs to be pressed down when you are sliding this back on. Once it passes it, it slides on perfectly fine. You're going to go ahead and look through the little little thing right there. And wait till it's aligned. Once it is fully aligned, you insert the pin. And push it back again, and then it's in. Make sure it functions. Everything works. So that's basic disassembly. So I have this magazine loaded up with a couple of BBs, and so the way that you load the CO2 into this little feeder right here, I'm going to pull this down. It's spring loaded on the same exact spring for this. It is retained inside, so it will not just come out, which is very nice. Take your selected CO2 brand. I've just got some Crossman right here that I picked up from the Big 5 right near me. It works for what I'm using it for right now. Insert it. Screw it out. Find whichever side of the magazine there will be indentations. See what I mean? That's the slide that you slot this into. Slot it in. I like to stabilize it with my fingers, and now I use this side for this after I tighten it up. So I use this to generally get it in now that it's not moving anymore. Insert this, and then in order to not lose CO2, I found it's easier to do this quite fast, to spin it. Now your CO2 is locked in. You heard it expel some CO2, puncturing the actual tank and everything. And that's kind of what you're going to hear that, and that's why I tend to want to go faster with it, because that way I don't want to lose a lot of CO2. I mean, you're ultimately paying for this and everything. Now the weapon is live. You cannot. Now this is me. I do not like the fact that I cannot put it on safe right now because the hammer is not back. I do not like this because it's a double action gun. Which means if I pull this trigger right now, with my middle finger, it will discharge. Now it won't shoot anything, as I'll demonstrate, but it still fires. I don't really like that. Now it is live, and now that it is cocked back, you can engage the safety. But that's a personal gripe of mine. You know, I do handle real firearms, so I do not like the fact that I can't put it on safety whenever. I don't know why it's designed that way. I don't know if the real firearm is designed that way. But that's just with this airsoft gun, it is that way. So trigger in when it is cocked back, the trigger, because it is double action, now it would be in single action, is back here. Has not a lot of wiggle room. There's not a lot of squish, which I personally like. Now, I am being safe. I am discharging this into a target down there at the other end of my bed, so I don't have to worry about it ricocheting. I do have safety glasses on, so I am fine. Don't worry about me losing an eyeball. I got two of them for a reason. Okay, so now that we're talking, now that I was about to fire, the sights, just white dots, you know, tripled up. The sight is not really that easily adjusted. It is adjustable, but there's a Allen key in here, and that's how you adjust it right to left. And there's another notch, there's another one down here, which would be adjusted for windage and elevation. So, adjustable, but not easily adjustable. If you're on the field, you're not going to whip out your Allen key to adjust it right and left. And the hop up is truly what's going to adjust it for, you know, your hop, your up and downs, pretty much. So, firing. I'm an idiot. It's on safe. Comes out with some good kick. It is blowback, so it does come nice and back. BB's flying everywhere. And that's the whole magazine. So I've got one pellet left in here. I'll go ahead and discharge it, and the slide will lock to the rear, which is nice. I'm empty. Got the magazine. Take a new one. Put the new one in. Ready to go again. So my thoughts on this, I like it. I really like it. For the price point, I managed to pick this up for under, $130. So for the price point, I like it. Because it's metal slide, it feels good in the hand. Now, if you watch the preview video of this and the review of this on Red Wolf Airsoft, they complain about this grip texture here. And I will say, when I first got it, I was like, man, this is weird. But gripping it, I've had this with my gloves on already and everything. It's real solid in the hand. And charging it back, it's easy to grab here, or you can even grab up here with their indentation marks right here. Makes it really easy to grab it and pull it back. Real easy. Even if it's not super easy to pull back. So I like that. And now this is also, it is brand new. You do get quite a few shots from it. I'm going to hold the slide release down so it doesn't, lock the slide. But you get quite a few shots from a single CO2 magazine. I haven't clocked it directly. I would average about at least 2 magazines is what I've seen with shooting it constantly, which you would not be. You do get a little bit of hesitation, I'll show you, when you're firing constantly with the single magazine, which you wouldn't be able to because of you'd run out of ammo. It's pointless to continue. But it does start to hang up when the CO2 gets cold. Fun. I said I would show you. I'm not going to show the lag up just because I'm not going to sit here and discharge a bunch of CO2 in my room. Kind of pointless. But that's pretty much my review of this. And it does come with a manual. And I've got to give it to KJ Works. It's from Taiwan. If you get this gun, man, the little animations for the safety is so hilarious. I mean, I haven't used it yet. I'll probably include some thoughts later on after I've had time to use this at an actual game, list anything. So I'll have a follow-up video to this after I've played with it a little bit, after I've gotten used to it and everything. But thanks for tuning in, guys. I know it's kind of not really a short video, but it's kind of short. Look forward to videos on Monday. See you guys later.
Right, what you mean? Yeah, that's it.